guys, today on Rich with Cars, I want to talk to you guys about my top 5 likes on the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT53. Now this car is an amazing vehicle. I had a short time with it, but so far in the short period that I've had to enjoy this vehicle, I've really been amazed. This car, I would say, is a competitor to the 8 Series from BMW, but I would say it's probably a little bit better based on what I've seen so far. So strap in and take a look. Like number 1, exterior design. This car compares with the BMW 8 Series, not the M8, but the M850i, or probably a little bit below, the 840, if I'm not wrong, the 4-door Grand Coupe. This vehicle is so menacing. It's a GT53. It's not the full-blown GT63, but regardless, it's an amazing design. Very, very menacing in the front. It's got the AMG sort of package in the front bumper area, and it's got the Panamericana grille. And of course, the paint really does accentuate the body lines of the vehicle. It's satin gray paint. You get to see some of the lines, like the character lines you see here on the hood, and some of the bulging on the fenders as well. And I love the openings for the front bumper over here, even though these, since it's not the full-blown AMG version, I'm not sure if these are actually functional. I know that these are, and these flaps over here will open up based on the cooling requirements of the engine. This is a little bit of a downside. I wish they could have done a little bit better with that and make it a real vent. The overall design of the vehicle is really, really nice. I love the swooping back over there, and it gives us sort of a hatchback look or a coupe look. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be a 4-door coupe. Very similar to the GT Coupe, but a little bit larger also. Being the GT53, you have these quad exhausts in the rear, and then a little bit of extra design work for the rear diffuser. Like number 2 on the GT53, the infotainment screen alongside with the gauge cluster. It's one massive screen that goes all across, split into 2 separate screens. I love the way that it looks. Very modern, very futuristic, and the infotainment itself is very intuitive. This is not the latest MBUX system. This is a 2020 model, but nevertheless, it's still at its time. Even to this day, I would say it's probably one of the best user interfaces out there right now. The graphics are very high quality. And you know, this actually transfers also to the gauge cluster as well. Gauge cluster is also very modifiable. You can actually change a lot of the stuff on the gauge clusters, and you can adjust it from these little touch pads on the steering wheel. You can change this. You can change the look over here. You can even put up a map. You can even change the way that the gauge cluster itself looks. You just open up the menu over here, and then you actually choose designs, and then right now it's on Super Sport. You can go take it to Sport. Completely changes the look. You don't get to see this on many other vehicles, but that's why I love this infotainment system in general, because it also comes across into the gauge cluster. Not only the gauge cluster in terms of how it looks, but you can also change a lot of the other things on the screen itself. On the side menus, you can change so many different things over there and basically put it whichever way you like. So overall, number 2 thing that I love is the infotainment and the technology in this car. Number 3 thing that I love about the GT53, the steering wheel. First of all, I love the shape of it. It's got a flat bottom steering wheel, and it's got some thicker areas for better grips. I love the mix of the leather with the brushed aluminum. I love the brushed aluminum paddle shifters over here. And then something cool that you don't get to see on many vehicles, for example, are these touch pads that allow you to control the main infotainment over here. The other touchpad that allows you to control the gauge cluster. So it gives you a lot of accessibility directly from the steering wheel. And then something else that you don't get to see on many steering wheels are these sort of mini screens that you can adjust your drive modes on one side, for example, from individual to comfort to sport, and then Sport Plus. And then the other side allows you to do a multitude of things. Here you have, if you want to actually operate that particular function, you just press this, which will, in this case, I just deployed the rear wing. I can put it back down if I want. You have your transmission over here to go from automatic and drive to manual, and then I can change each individual one. That's the auto start stop function. That's the AMG dynamic mode. Traction control off. That's the comfort mode, or the different modes for the suspension. That's your exhaust. And then you have the same thing over here. You could basically change it whichever way you want, and then adjust the changes based on these buttons over here. Super, super, super cool. You have, like I said, the overall design of the steering wheel itself. I love the AMG logo here at the bottom. So, I mean, overall, you don't get to see steering wheels like this very often. And I think Mercedes-Benz and AMG did a phenomenal job with the steering wheel, both in terms of sportiness and functionality. Like number 4 is the fact that you have both sportiness and convenience. I'll show you guys on the screen the volume on the trunk. I love the fact that you have a trunk that is a hatchback style. The beauty of the hatchback style is the fact that it gives you additional space and accessibility. When I talk about accessibility, look how large the opening is for this trunk. So it allows you to do a lot of different things, fit in a lot of different items in there that are large in size, and it also allows you to bring down the seats there in the rear, so it gives you even additional space to put longer items. I love the fact that this is both a sporty and convenient car all into one beautiful package. You could just lock the car and close the trunk from here, or just close the trunk. And finally, leg number 5 are the seats. I love the seats. It merges both luxury, sportiness, and convenience all into one. And the design of them also are really, really nice. You got some leather over here with some Alcantara accents in the middle, which is really, really cool. You have the Alcantara on the sides, on the bolsters, and then these accents here that run across the entirety of the seat itself. And then another really, really cool design feature on the seat is the AMG logo in brushed aluminum right under the headrest. These are 16-way power seats, so you have both a lot of adjustability and sportiness onto one, and it does actually hold you in quite well because they're well bolstered. And even the headrest, what's really, really cool is the fact that they're electronically adjusted as well. You got the beauty of luxury, the sportiness, and the design as well. So, like number 5, AMG seats. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick top 5 likes on the GT53. I really enjoyed this car quite a bit. Really, really amazing. Stay tuned for another video with this car. And I want to give a huge thanks to Rice from Rice Motors for allowing me to review or take a look at this car, test it out. Make sure to check out Rice Motors online. I'll give you guys a link in the description below. And this car is actually available for rent, so guys, don't shy out. If you are in the Central Florida region, make sure to check out Rice Motors if you want to rent out a vehicle. This beauty is gonna be for rent, so make sure to check out the description below for Rice Motors and the listing of this vehicle. Anyways, as always, thanks a lot for all your support. Thanks for the views, and I'll see you guys on the next one.